Hello, this is checkpoint 4.3. They want us to determine the equation of the vertical trace for the function g of xy is equal to negative x squared minus y squared plus 2x plus 4y minus 1. And they want the trace corresponding to y is equal to 3. And then they want us to describe the graph. Okay, we'll write down our g function, g of xy, and that is equal to minus x squared minus y squared and plus 2x plus 4y equals or minus 1. Okay. A trace is when we set one of the variables equal to a constant, like 0 would give you a trace that's going to be in one of the coordinate planes. But they want the trace specifically at y is equal to 3. So we can simply put y is equal to 3 in for x, and then we have essentially a g of x. Maybe we'll call it an h of x function. Z is equal to h of x because we're setting the y value equal to 3, so it'll not be a variable anymore. And what is that going to be? Negative x squared minus 3 squared plus 2x plus 4 times 3 minus 1. So this will essentially become just a function of x. That's a negative x squared. And let's get the 2x going over here. And then now let's add the constants. So we have negative 9 plus 12. So that's going to give us a positive 3 minus 1. And that's going to give us a positive 2. All right. This looks like a parabola, upside down parabola. And we can get really specific from our conics section where we can figure out the vertex, or if we write it in vertex form. All right, let's do that. Let's factor out a negative, and we have an x squared. We factored out a negative from the second one as well, and we'll leave the plus 2 outside. And we're dealing with just one side of the equation, so we're adding and subtracting on the same side. Half of 2 is 1, 1 squared is 1, so we're adding 1 inside, but we're going to add 1, so we're going to subtract 1 on the outside, but we're not really subtracting 1 because we're subtracting negative 1. There's a negative sign that's associated with this, and so we added 1 and we subtract 1 on the same side, but we're adding negative 1, so we're subtracting negative 1 on the same side. Hope that makes sense. We have a negative, a perfect square now, x minus 1 quantity squared, and then we have 2 plus 1 is 3. And here is our center point, or vertex. Our vertex is going to be 1, 3, and this will be an upside down parabola. All right, quick sketch. We want positive 1, positive 3. So positive 1, 1, 2, 3, positive 3 as our vertex for our parabola. And it's a standard parabola going upside down. So we have 1 unit away from the vertex to the left and to the right. And then just go down. Okay, so this is just one trace, and if you make similar cuts along the y-axis or along the xz plane, that's when y is equal to a constant. So if you let y equal to 2, 1, 0, and stuff like that, you're going to continue to get these parabolas. And again, if we imagine z is equal to this whole thing. Our lessons from quadric sections tells us that this is going to be an upside down paraboloid. Okay, I hope that helps.